I'm not sure if you're familiar with the latest study that's been done in Iran. 50%, half the Iranians have left Islam.
Yeah. I saw was it Pew Research that put out a study a while back, and then I know that Armand Avabi was talking about that. I remember seeing people passing around a Pew Research study on the number of people in Iran, and I saw similar numbers even before the rise of. I saw similar studies about Iraq that after seeing all the things that had been happening, the younger generation especially was just growing up with nothing but contempt for just religion in general, thinking this is what it does to the world. And so, it looks like similar things happening in Iran. And wow, for a religion that we're constantly told is about to take over the world, it's not looking good from on the inside there.
It's not. It's dying. I think it was some Swedish or maybe Norwegian, actually no, Dutch university that did the study in Iran. A year earlier, it was done by BBC in Arab countries. I think Tunisia's number went from 20% atheists and agnostics to I think 35% or something. And the other second country was Libya, and I think that was somewhere sitting at 25, 26%. Hey, wow. Something is happening.
When I was back in the early 2000s, I thought Libya was like at 99% or something like that.
These guys don't allow actual polling. People are saying that in Saudi Arabia, atheism has gone through the roof.
Muslim leaders in Muslim countries have been able to keep their people insulated for centuries from hearing any serious critiques of Islam and from hearing any serious presentation of an alternative to Islam. And now all of a sudden you've got the internet and they're looking things up. And now that stronghold, what was its strength, is, as you pointed out, going to turn into its weakness. If you can control the entire flow of information, if you can control everything everyone hears, then you can control what they believe, and you can control all kinds of things. As soon as that breaks down and some information starts getting through that barrier, then now everyone just very quickly stops trusting what they're told. Wait a minute, you told me all my life this, and I just found out that's not true. And something like the preservation of the Quran is a perfect example. When you make this incredibly false claim that can be so easily refuted just by putting two manuscripts in front of someone's face, that's the hill you decide to fight on, this hill of perfect preservation. And someone comes in there and destroys that claim. Well, the person who comes in there and destroys that claim and shows, actually, you've got all these problems in the manuscript history of the Quran that's false. You haven't just shown the person that particular claim is false. You've shown the person that he or she shouldn't be trusting the people who told them that. It's, wait a minute, if the people who are telling me, who are supposed to be guiding me to the truth about my religion, lied to me about that, because I know they know what's in the Muslim sources. The Muslim sources are filled with these, entire chapters coming up missing and so on. The Muslim sources say all that kinds of stuff, and they were lying to me. It's not just, hey, now that belief in perfect preservation is under investigation. It's all of everything those people told me is under investigation, and that's why people are leaving Islam.
Yeah, and look, different things work on different people. For me, for example, even the morality part wasn't that much of an issue. I know ex-Muslim women are usually, they wake up to it by looking into, hang on, why is my statement worth half? And why my husband can beat me, and all these things. But it gets worse when you do see mistakes. Then you're like, oh, okay, so then there's definitely nothing special about your book.
Lots of the people I've known, including Nabil, who've left Islam, they seem to go through this period where, as their doubts increase, they become more devout. And so, I hear from Christians, hey, I'm witnessing to my Muslim friend, and the more I talk to him, the more devout of a Muslim he's becoming. I say, that probably means you're getting to him, and he's trying to compensate because he's feeling bad that he's having these doubts, and so he's trying to compensate by being a far more faithful Muslim. But I've seen that over and over and over again, because what happens is they have a lot of confidence in Islam, and then you spend months or years giving them information, and you see they're learning all of this information that they've never heard before, and all of a sudden they start dressing more conservatively and going to the mosque more, and you're like, gosh, after everything I've shared with you, that's what you're doing. And it's kind of compensating. It's obvious that they're compensating, because after that, all of a sudden, hey, I just left Islam. And so what I think you have a similar parallel in the Muslim community, in larger Muslim communities, when as they're encountering all of this new information, and as they're realizing, hey, we've got all these problems, and as they're able to see opposing points of view, and as they're able to have their beliefs criticized and so on, that their confidence is being shaken and people are leaving and so on. Their confidence is being shaken. And so they have this urgency that, we must become much more devout right now. Just as an individual has that reaction, it's, we're getting shaky here. We need to crack down and become more devout. And I really think that's what you're seeing with the rise of, the people like Muhammad Hijab and so on, is confidence is being shaken. I mean, just look, there's no coincidence that you had the holes in the narrative. People are going to Yasser Qadi, they're going to Muhammad Hijab, you're destroying my faith in the Quran, what's going on? And then all of a sudden, I will crush all of you, I'll destroy all of you, I challenge all of you ex-Muslims, I will shout all of you down. And it's, so I'm looking at that and I'm going, as horrible as that is, I get it. I've seen this before. I saw it in individuals. Now I'm just seeing it in a community.